Buddha places immense importance on mind. He is the first teacher to explore the mysteries of the mind and to expound freely to one and all. His teachings are mind-centered and not God-centered. Since mind is everything, and happiness, peace, joy, suffering, etc. are felt in the mind, he says it is necessary to know the mind, to change the mind, and to free the mind. It is so near, but so unknown. It is so active, but so much neglected, but so much underestimated. If the mind is at peace, there is no place where there is no happiness.
By mind, the world is led. Mind is chief. Everything is mind-made. If one acts or speaks with impure mind, suffering follows him like the wheel of the cart following hoof of the ox. But if one acts or speaks with pure mind, happiness follows him like his never-separated shadow. By mind, the world is led. By mind, the world is moved. And all good and bad things exist in the world because of mind. Neither mother, father, nor any other relative can do one greater good than one's own well-directed mind. Whatever harm an enemy may do to an enemy, a hater to a hater, an ill-directed mind can do far greater harm to oneself. Real peace appears within when mind is free from defilements. External objects do not provide peace. A fool who knows his foolishness is wise at least to that extent. But a fool who thinks himself wise is called a fool indeed. O disciples, whatever states are unwholesome, partake of unwholesome, pertain to the unwholesome, all these have the mind as their forerunner. Mind arises as the first of them, followed by the unwholesome states. O disciples, whatever states are wholesome, partake of the wholesome, pertain to the wholesome, all these have the mind as their forerunner. Mind arises as the first of them, followed by wholesome states. Wakefulness or awareness is the path to the deathlessness. Negligence is the path to death. The wakeful people do not die. The negligent are as if dead already. Wisdom never becomes perfect in one whose mind is not steady and who does not know the right teaching and whose confidence is shaky. What, O disciples, is the way of impatience? If scolded, one scolds in return. If insulted, one insults in return. If abused, one abuses in return. What, O disciples, is the way of patience? If scolded, one does not scold in return. If insulted, one does not insult in return. If abused, one does not abuse in return.